So, okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to today's idea validation session. Hi, I'm Jumoke, and I'm just going to be taking us through today. Basically, just be here as your host. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be on standby. So if you have any questions, anything you want to do, or if you're having any difficulties with navigating your way, just let me know. I'm here to help you. So today is basically our ideas day. So if you have any idea that you feel like you don't mind getting an opinion from someone, any idea that you would like to share with people, any idea that you'd like to get feedback on, you can always indicate. Oh, yes. Let me just bring it up. Yes, so I just saw that. So your name actually pops up as Coding Django. So yes, you're welcome. Let me just say hi. Hi, Karen. Hi to you. You're welcome. So I'm just going to continue from where I stopped. So I'm basically here to just bounce off ideas of each other and share our ideas, right? We have like a group of founders who are here and who are hoping to, give an opinion and feedback regarding our idea. So we have Raphael here also. Let me just bring Raphael up quickly so that you can say hi. Let me bring him up. Hi, Raphael. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yes, I can hear you. It seems like you're in transit right now. Okay, yes, I think Raphael is in transit. Hi Balaji, how you doing? You're welcome. Good to see you. Um, just gonna take it off now. So yes, we'll just start with taking so if you have any ideas that you'd like to, run by us or run through the community or run by the community, can you just signify so that I can send you an invite as a guest and then I can bring you up to share your idea with everyone. So we're just gonna wait a few minutes, wait for people to, signify if you have an idea that you want to bounce off, just let me know so I can send you an invite and bring you up as a guest. So while we're waiting for so while we're waiting for people to come in, let me put some like soft music and just wait for people to come up with their ideas. And you don't need to be scared actually, or you don't need to worry. This is just for us to this is just a gathering where you come with your idea and we give feedback. There's no scrutiny, nobody's gonna say, oh, your idea sucks, right? Everybody's just going to taking your ideas and we're giving you feedback, which we know is very, very important, especially when you're looking to build a startup or you're looking to start something new. Feedback is really important, and we also want to promote the feedback culture. So let me come in with the solemn song and just wait for people to just signify, and we'll start taking pitch. We had 2 applications for today's pitch. We had 2 applications for today's idea validation, right? But it's not too late. So if you also want to push your idea out, definitely let me know. Let me just give the solemn song. So just wait for others. But yeah. Okay, so let me check the comment section. I'm waiting. Oh yeah, so while we're waiting, right, we can also take in, like, if you have any specific conversation that you like to have, any debate you'd like to have regarding engineering and being a founder. We're hoping to having those conversations. So while we wait for people who are coming in to pitch, we can just have this. Yeah. Once again, welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, this is our idea validation session, and this is just where we come with our ideas. We bounce ideas off each other, and we get feedback regarding our products. So yeah, you're welcome. Yes. So as for coding Django, I do have a question for you. Like, what's your real name? Like, I know your real name is not coding Django, and this is supposed to be like your maybe a nickname. Like, what's your real name? Mm. Okay. So I think I have so while we're waiting for our community members, our pitchers to come up, I have a question, right? And it's just about being a founder and being an engineer. So I think I'm going to just go in with it. And the question is just simply how what's the most difficult stage in building a startup? Ah, coding D Django. Oh, okay, that's your real name. Ah, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, at least now I know that's your real name. So Kaudi is a nickname. All right. Thank you very much for your response. Thank you so much. I see you. So I just basically want to ask this question, right? Most likely I'm just going to type it in here. money age. Hi, Samuel. Hi, you're welcome. Thanks for joining in on our stream. So is this your answer to the question I asked? Is this the answer to the question I asked? Because I know I said or I asked what's the most difficult part of building a startup. Is your answer money age? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Stephen. Okay. So I'm just going to bring sense up now, right? So we're going to be having a discussion while we wait for people register to pitch to the. Oh, what's the ideal age for building a startup? No, I actually said what's the most difficult part, like the most difficult stage in building a startup. Oh, but yeah, the money age, of course. Yeah, thank you. So I'm just going to bring sense up now. With this conversation, and while the people who register to pitch, while they join in, when they come in, we'll just take the idea stroke validation, idea validation, guys. I'm just going to bring Sent up now. All right. Hi, Sent. Welcome to our idea validation session. Can you hear me? Okay, I think the first things first is I need to put some music. Hi. If you're saying something, we can't hear you. Hi, can anyone else hear me? Okay, Karen, you can hear me, right? Okay, thank you guys for confirming. I think we'll just give Sent a few minutes. But while we're trying to fix that, I just saw your response now, coding Django. So you said this is your first time bootstrapping a startup, so you don't have so many experience. But you'd say a difficult stage in your experience is implementality, like the technical stuffs. Like that's not in your knowledge space. Okay, this is a very, very honest feedback.
Mic check.
Okay, I think I heard your mic check.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Still breaking, but like I was able to pick your words or your sentence. I was able to get in.
Mic check.
I can hear you faintly.
To drop the mic. Unfortunately, oh no. can we can you let's do it.
Sure, can anyone hear me? I need to confirm if this is
If anyone
from
can
my
confirm.
Okay, so we can't hear you properly, Sense. There's a lag from your end. Okay, thank you, Karen. Let's just give. I think there's something up with Sense Network. So while we wait for him to work on that, so yes, so for Django, I think you said the most difficult stage in your experience is implementality, like implementing the technical stuff. Do we have anybody else here that agrees with what you're saying, or is there any other opinion on what the hardest stage of startup will be? Oh, hi, Emmanuel. Oh, thank you. Hi, Emmanuel. Welcome. Good to have you here. See you. So let me bring Sent back on stage. Hi, Sent. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, this is better. This is way better. We can hear you now.
All right then. So can I just go ahead?
Yes, please. I'm just
Okay,
going
awesome.
stage.
Yes, we've lost about 16 minutes. Everyone. We've lost about 16 minutes now just trying to hear. And so we'll just get right into it. If you do have an idea, feel free to throw it in, let Jumoke know while we're still talking. I'm just going to go through a few I received before this call. We're just going to look at it together, right? And as I talk, let me know what you think. The first is an idea for hospital ERP. So this person says that he's been on this idea for about 9 years now. Idea, that's strange. And it's to address a lot of a few issues that he notices with, or inefficiencies that he notices with the hospital overall system. And so, according to him, the problem is that it takes a bit of time for triaging to happen. It takes some time for responses to be had once a person wants to get medical care. There's a bit of a wait time. There might be a queue or line depending on the hospital that you are. And yeah, that's it. So he wants to build a system that's going to be a bit more holistic. I'm going to stop here because the rest of the texts are a bit similar. And so let me summarize. For about 9 years, this person has seen inefficiencies in the system and the hospital system. I want to build an ERP to address it. Here's what I would say to that. I think it's great that you're seeing a gap. I want to do something about it. Looking at the person's data, he had mentioned that he's neither a doctor or nurse or anybody in the medical field at all. So you don't work in the medical field at all, and you want to solve a problem with medicine. Okay, so again, whatever I say, take it with like a pinch of salt. Don't let it stop you from your dreams at all. There are people who different people have thought will not go anywhere and they end up going somewhere. So don't let me be the stumbling block to your road to greatness, right? But I just think from my experience running companies for over 5 years now, it's really, really hard to solve a problem that you don't fully understand. Um, if you're not a doctor, you're not a nurse. I'm curious as to how you're able to see all the gaps. Like not just like you're not in pharmacy, you're not in like a lab attendant, you're nothing in the medical line. So how are you really able to gauge the gaps in the hospital operations? Again, you don't work in hospital operations. How are you able to gauge that gap? I'm really curious about that. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I wonder, right? How are you able to gauge that gap? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is the scope of the problem you're trying to solve. The ERP tool is pretty large. It's large. You have systems for first first aid respondents, like outreaches, getting data from people who are like trying to reach into the hospital to understand what they need to before they even do a booking. Then you have the booking systems, which I assure you is entire systems. The hospital booking systems, it's not just an intercom system where you just send your name, send your fares, and over. Like the person who's booking has to have access to some sort of history, whether it's payment history, or file history, or a patient history, not like deep as a doctor or nurse would have, but just enough to identify who they're talking to, know how best to route the call, right? So you already have departments interconnecting right at the booking system, right? And then you successfully book, right? Then there's an assignment system where a particular unit, a particular nurse is like giving your case file, and the person like receives you, and then the doctor is assigned to you, and the doctor receives you. But first, that doctor has to see your medical history, so the doctor goes through stuff, right? Like the point is that is a bit hefty. It's a lot. And we're just talking about like the booking and visitation system or the system so you see a doctor. We're not even talking about operations itself because like hospital manages resources. So you have everything from the call centers to the calls to payment systems to accounting systems to third party vendor systems and how they fit in. Um, yeah, so I think that having that scope of project as your very first SaaS is doable, but I think that there are easier ways to dip your feet into the entrepreneurship waters. That's what I think. I think that's yeah, as I said with Janice, I think that if you want to start out as an entrepreneur, you want to start with something that at least it's the odds of failures are the odds of failure is a bit more reduced. Something that you can quickly find out whether you're succeeding or not, even if it's very small scope. By the way, this is the reason behind the advent of micro-SaaS. Now, I don't know how much you know about the micro-SaaS concept, but it's taking like a large SaaS model and separating it into one small unit and blowing that unit into its own thing. I'll give you an example. Um, you can have a system that does everything like ClickUp, for instance, right? Or Drogo, which is my software. Yeah. You can have that system that does everything, or you can have a system that allows people only fill forms like Typeform, right? Now, Typeform is just one service in like ClickUp's belt or Drogo's belt. But Typeform was able to take only that service and go create like a pretty successful company on its own. Now, if you're thinking as an engineer, if you as an engineer think about what think about what ClickUp is doing, you might get discouraged. But if you think about what Typeform is doing, then it becomes a lot more attainable. You're just building a form and making it interactive. That's all you're doing. Build a form, make it interactive, and boom. That's it. All right. And so with that, it becomes easier to just test it. You can, in 1 month, build out something, quickly test it, ask people for feedback, go back, iterate, ask people for feedback, and then keep going. And I think this entire conversation has even led me to a topic that I haven't even gone into, especially for those who are thinking about building. Please don't do the engineering thing and start with building. It's a bit counterintuitive for engineers. Like, you know the problem, you see the problem, you just want to go build out a solution. Just like the person who wants to build out the hotel ERP solution. I would say, like, don't be too hasty towards building stuff, towards writing code. You want to first go and see if it's a problem that you can even solve with low code / no code solutions. Is this something a human process would solve? Is it something Excel would help you with? Is this something Google Forms might help? Is this something like Bubble might help you put something together quickly? Like, what exactly is it? What is the problem, and how quickly can you do a low engineering solution to it? So to do that, you need to really understand the problem. That means you need to go talk to people who are having a problem. If you have the problem, you need to write down your processes and go find one other person who has a problem and say, this problem I have, is it kind of the same problem you're having? All right. Yeah, just to validate that you're not thinking about it too narrowly. So my advice for the person who's trying to build a hotel ERP is, like, by all means, build a hotel ERP, but maybe don't make it your first project. Right? Maybe don't make it your first voyage into the world of entrepreneurship. If not, it might be a pretty bumpy journey. All right, that's what I think. Just let me know what you think in the comments, or you can always let me hear and tell me what you think. Tell me how you're thinking about it. Give this guy advice. He's asking you what you think. All right, that's what I think. Again, hold it with like a grain of salt. All right, thank you. So I'm reading from Tommy Singh. Tommy Singh as GNS project. Can we bring Tommy Singh up? Is it Jumoke? Is Tommy Singh here? Yep. Okay, awesome. Tommy Singh, can you hear me? Yeah. And while we're waiting for Tommy Singh, I think I see a really great story from Samuel. Samuel, hey.
Oh, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear
Tommy
me
Singh
now.
on the
Okay.
line here. I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So, Missy, can you give me like 10 seconds? Someone said something really important, and I think it's worth a spotlight. So, someone said that some sectors require operational experience to innovate on. I think that is absolutely correct. It's really, really hard to go into the medical sector to try to do something if you have not operated there. The same thing with the factory, the same thing, like most systems that have particular way they do things, especially those that have like high consequences for failure, you're really going to struggle, right? If a pilot gets things wrong, people will die. So I don't expect anybody who's going to try to innovate in the aviation space to not have aviation experience, right? So if you don't have the experience itself, try to find someone that can. And yes, I'm also good to hear from you. All right, Tommy C. Yeah, let's have that.
Okay, so
Yes, please
am I to give it?
Yeah, go on, please.
Am I to give an explanation on the project submitted? Am I to give an explanation on the project submitted? On the idea, I mean.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
How you thinking?
Okay.
Yeah, it's your.
Yeah. The project's name is GNS, which means Great Nigerian Student. So an application where Nigerian students get to connect with other students in other all tertiary institutions in Nigeria. So students can get to meet new connections, make networks, interact with other students, share course materials, and chat, and probably make new connections, like I mentioned. So the features for the application is going to be like many, like students can get to connect, and they can get to access diverse opportunities as well. Like there is a feed on the application where students can get to see scholarships updates they can apply for. There is another feed where students can get to see jobs updates they can as well apply for. There is another room section where students can join communities based on their interest to discuss with other students. They can post, make comments, and like other student posts. So which means students can join tech community and interact with other tech enthusiasts. They can join the science, interact with other science. There is nature, discoveries, and many more as well. So which means students can as well join different rooms that aligns with their field of studies, or probably come together to gather ideas as students. So the application is going to have different feed, and the project, according to the plan, we decided to divide it into 3 stages, which means another stage, there's going to be a student entrepreneurship option, like a marketplace for students, where students can have a particular brand, a personal store where they can list their products, and as well exchange goods and services on the same application. So the main purpose of GNS is for students to get connections, network with other students.
Okay. So I think we lost Tommy somewhere, but I hear him. GNS. So it's a place to bring students together because students have. If you think about it, the entire life as a student is one big project that has multiple small micro projects, right? And people can collaborate in those micro projects. So I think Tommy Singh is proposing a way for us to make that's collaboration easier. And I have a few questions. Tommy Singh, can you hear us? Oh, can you hear me? One of my first questions.
Yes, I can hear you.
One of my first question is, do you feel like the current way students collaborate is broken? Do you feel like there's a huge problem with it, huge enough for people to look for an app to solve it, especially around students in tertiary institutions?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. One of our reasons for making this project very important is the fact that recently, I think about not up to a year now, when there was a new government in Nigeria, I think there was a fact that a hike in school fee, exactly. So whereby every tertiary institution decided to increase their school fee, all those kind of things, and students were just trying to wail around in their schools and couldn't just make a noise. So it means that if all students in a particular institution, there are about 20,000 students, they can make enough noise, and the institution might still not actually yield to it. But we believe that if all Nigerian students have a single place where they can make a united decision, it's going to make enough noise that there will be a reason why the government have to attend to all students' cry, which means millions of students will be coming together to make a unison decision, and just to make their idea known and what they want to achieve. They can make it known to the government, they can make it known to whoever they want to make it known to. Actually, the networking part of GNS is like the basic part of GNS. So students can easily make their dream come true through GNS, whereby students networking is the minimum part. There is a means to access different opportunities. There are many students that couldn't go to schools just because they have an hard time in school, because they couldn't probably see scholarships out there they can apply for. If they can get all these updates on a single platform, it's going to be of a great opportunity for them. There are many students that actually need jobs. So which means even as a student, you can easily see works you can do. And even as a graduate, you can get works through GNS. So there are many opportunities whereby everyone can have a brand, can have a marketplace, and probably have a store, a personal store through GNS. So GNS is like solving all students' problems, not actually excluding anything. Like as problems are discovered in the students' community, GNS, we have to provide a solution for every problems that students are facing. So GNS project is not just for networking and connection, it's beyond that fact.
I see. Okay, this adds a bit more color to it. Thanks, Tommy. I see the idea a bit clearer now. I think it's a fantastic one. So this is me. Generally at the beginning. So why your first impulse might be to try to solve as much problems as possible. From my experience, just solving problems and that people use. I would say, Tommy saying you might want to limit the scope that you're starting with. Now I hear you in the like GNS should be somewhere everybody can do everything. And I think eventually everybody can do everything. And I always give this like the Amazon story where Amazon started off as simply a site that sells books, right? Just books. Now they did that, they did it really well, they did it better than everyone else. And then from there, once they've dominated the book market, they started adding to their shelves gradually, right? And it was easier to grow. You couldn't have competed with the Walmarts if you tried to do everything. And at the beginning, you don't have a lot of resources. I'll say just think about it in terms of there's everything my community is going to do, or my this social network is going to do, but what is the most pressing one right now, right? And then if you look at it in that lens, it might help you scope your it might help you scope your solution a bit more. And there is something you said when you were giving an example, which is that it would be nice for students to have one place where they can have one voice. It reminds me of the problem. There was this site where you sign petitions. I'm trying to remember the name of the site where you sign petitions, change.org. Yes, change.org is exactly that, right? And you see that one single feature that you said your site does, that's what change.org, the global company, does. That's the only thing they do, which is you have a course, put it there, let people sign, and once a good number of people have signed, it might catch somebody's attention, maybe in government or in parliament, depending on the country you are. Right. So you see just one small part of your app is already somebody's massive company. So you just think about the scope like that and see what the smallest thing it is. But before you get into that, Tommy, since someone has some questions for you, someone says, 2 questions actually. It says, have you managed communities previously? And if yes, what were your challenges? Like, he would like to know the backstory, like why you're trying to do this. Yeah.
Okay, in terms of managing community, I think the only community I think I would have managed would have been something in regards to GNS. I actually have not really managed a particular community, but before GNS projects come into the view about 2-3 years ago, that should be almost 3 years. So there was a survey we had to make. We had to actually get responses from students, what exactly they are facing, and from there we are able to shovel everything and just see what exactly is most important to take on. Although we have many things outlined exactly, that's why we divided the project into 3 phases. So the project is like 3 phases, whereby the phase 1 of the project is what we think should come first. If we can see the success in the phase 1 of the project, we can consider other things. But most importantly, we want to see what is very, very, very important for students to know or to have, or whatever can actually bring out GNS first. What is very pressing, like you mentioned. So in terms of managing a community, I don't think I can answer to that in such a way that the only community I would have managed would have been a team of individuals where we work together. So I have not managed a community exactly. I don't know if I answered that question.
I have a very strong sense that I know why someone asked the question. because he has a lot of experience in managing communities, and I think there's a lot of intersection with what you're trying to do and the challenges that you might experience managing communities. Because what you're really trying to do is create one large community, right? Different people coming together with different courses. And he's saying that before you make it an app or something, might you benefit from getting experience of just traditional community management, trying out a regular community. Maybe that becomes what you need, or that gives you the seed that you need to do this. Maybe that exposes you some challenges that helps you refine your idea a bit further. But I think it's not like I think it's a great idea. Yeah. So someone says like, how about you start from a department using like Slack or Discord and build it from there? What do you think about that, Sammy?
Okay, sorry to say, I didn't complete my introduction the other time. Actually, like I mentioned, like I mentioned in the last response I gave, I said the project have been about 3 to 2 years, so which means we had about 6 months of planning, a long run. So I want to just mention that like about 2 months ago, we decided to launch the first stage of the project, probably just to bring something out, to get responses from users and just to see what people see in regards to the projects we are taking on. So for that reason, we decided to just bring something out there about 2 months ago, and we've been able to just see how everything will run. Yet there is a progress yet, but this particular software we've just released is just to know what is going on exactly until we will be able to do the final production, which we plan to do hopefully in a month. But we have something currently out there that people can see, Great Nigerian Student Application. And starting from Slack or Discord, I don't know. I would probably check that out if that is something that we have to pick up. I will consider that.
Oh, you do have an app. Do you want us to check it out? Do you want to promote it?
Yes, sure. So you can go to Play Store or Apple Store and check for Great Nigerian Students, or you can just search for GNS. I think it should bring it. It should bring the application, so you can see the interface of the application. Because the GNS app is actually not a personal project, because we had to come together as a team, and we named the team WIT. So WIT happens to be a team of intelligent tech individuals. Everyone happens to be tech enthusiasts. We have developers, we have product designers, we have visual designers, we have different uh good we have different professionals just to work together and make sure everything comes to success. And because we have intelligent department of the team which have been making good decisions for us, with that we've been able to make a good progress. And from the last stats we check on the application, we realized that we have students across 64 tertiary institutions using the application. Even though the number is not large, there might be 2 3 in some institution, but yet we know that the application have been able to reach such level of institution, and we believe using some strategies it might be able to reach all students. Our aim at this stage is actually just to get a response from students and see what is their view on the first phase of the project. So when we are able to gather the public sentiment, we'll be able to have a final production plan, which we are hoping to have that soon. And that is one of the reasons why I decided to just bring this up, just to know opinions of different engineers and developers, just to know what exactly GNS can bring out.
Yeah, that is massive. I like the fact that it's not just an idea. You're not just thinking about it. We've actually made a lot of progress in execution. As I said, this whatever anybody says, execution is key, right? Execution is key. Nobody's an oracle where this thing is concerned. You might go in there and make it like become very successful on first try. Like nobody really knows, right? So that's why believing in yourself is one of the very first things you can ever do as an entrepreneur. So I would say, someone please just put your name, put your username on ETF, the native community. Just put your username on the chat there. It'll be great to connect. because I also like want to reach out later. So yeah, this is a really good one. And also, what would you need on your journey? What would you need from us? What do you think we can help you with?
Sorry for that. So, what exactly we will need on the journey is actually a rough journey whereby we believe that it's not going to be very easy to reach Nigerian students just with making few plans. To reach students, to reach audience, we surely require funds, and we surely require a lot of things. Well, the main purpose for now is not actually going to be funds, because before funds is going to come in, we will have to have the final production event, which is going to be the soonest possible. But one of the things that will be needed in the journey is going to be funds. I don't know. I don't think there might be any issue in some sections, but I believe one of the greatest problem I believe a project can fix, one of the greatest problem I emphasize on that, is still going to be probably funds or any kind of anything that might comes a long way. I believe that reaching students through ads is not going to do everything. So because of that, I think according to the discussion, after the final production, if there is any means to make plans, the plan is going to revolve around making use of the word of mouth strategy to reach students, because whatever students hear is what they will be most satisfied with. And from there, after this stage, I believe the greatest problem that might be a challenge is still going to be something like that. But yet, it's something that can be overcome. Very sure with that, with determinations and with good preparations, I believe everything can be overcome. Sure.
Man, dude, you have motivation to power 10 different people. I don't think you need any motivation anymore. As a matter of fact, I think you should share your motivation to people who are thinking about this. But I do love your spirit, Tommy Singh. I asked if you're on the if you have Discord. If you were, I'm hoping you are. If you're not, please just reach out to Jumoke, so that she puts you there, because different people would love to connect. Somebody just sent me a message now, want to connect, just to hear about you and see what's how they could help. But yes, the key to chasing funds is not to chase funds, but instead to chase success, right? And then everyone wants to achieve success, and then funds would follow. Okay, so I'm guessing there's no other questions for Tommy Singh at this point. And if there is no one, thank you so much, Tommy Singh. Please connect. Let's see how I can help and do what we can to help the journey. All right. Awesome. If you have any other questions for Tommy Singh, awesome. If you have any questions for Tommy Singh, just put it in the chat. That's fine. There is one more. Do we have time for one more? Do we have time for one more? Okay, there is one more, and I'm just gonna read it out. So Kola says, I have an idea for this. Okay, I found the best to say. Oh, it sounds like a thrift shop. No, it's not a thrift shop. I have an idea for oh, okay. Oh, okay. So let me put this. It's like a marketplace for people who do odd jobs. I think for market for artisans. Sounds like an artisan marketplace. Okay, so essentially he says people like plumbers, people like carpenters, people like mechanics can get on there. Oh, I think at some point, okay, you should reach out to Kaka. Kaka is doing something interesting with our car community. We should host him here sometime. He's a member of the community. I think he's in the UK now. He's Kenyan. So we should definitely please reach out to him. Let's talk to him. But this just reminds me about it. So Kola wants to have a community for artisans, so that people can easily find artisans. Now that's an idea I know multiple people have explored, but I don't think I see anybody doing it quite successfully. Now I know it's like reductionist to say nobody knows how to do it, but I'm really, really curious. So in the US, they have TaskRabbit, and TaskRabbit was pretty helpful. I was there, you can just find someone who to run like all tasks, but it's not even the same thing because this one is looking for artisans, not just somebody to run a task. So that's different, right? So it's like a community where I can have my own, I can have my mechanic and I can like rate the mechanic, and Bolaji might want to use the mechanic, so he just checks who the mechanic is and then uses the mechanic. Samuel, I would have really loved. Is there? Oh my God! I wish. Make sure we can bring Samuel up. Like it would have been really nice to hear what work experience. What exactly is happening here? Why is it so hard to break? Different. I know most people have explored this idea, and it's. I don't quite see one that's very successful, right? And again, I said I'm not taking away from people who might be succeeding. I don't know if you do know anyone who's like really solved this problem in a way that impressed you. Definitely let me know. But if I was solving a problem, how would I approach it? Again, someone please just let us know what your challenges were, so that we don't say things like out of context, because it's easy to paint everything amazing when the boat is not shaking, right? So I wouldn't even, if I were to do something like this, I wouldn't try to create an artisan, or actually I would try to create a network for plumbers, just one of them, just, or carpenters, right? And then ask everyone, if you have a plumber, just put it here, let the person know. Oh my God. That was something that, like, yeah, I kind of guessed that it was going to have something to be trust. Yeah, but I was saying, let me know if your plumber is great. If your plumber is not great, let me know. And just like tell us what's up with your plumber, how is it going? And just be the one source for anyone who needs plumbers, right? First, just do that first. And then I'll go to something else. I think like one of the things I would never try to do is the in between, right? No, I would run it very similar to a freelancer, but for like plumbers, so that it allows the system, the community cultivate its own system of trust, right? Where if you do a bad job, somebody can flag it, and then the system does freelancer is like an escrow account that doesn't release the funds to the plumber until the job is properly done and the person has signed off on the fact that the job is done. Now, I know that even this is an overly simplistic version of what the problem could be, because everything can be gamed. But I think from an out-in perspective, this is how I would solve it. Now, someone's saying like managing artisans is something else in the country, and trust is a huge factor. And I think that's why it's an interesting problem to solve, because most people have solved it and we're trying to solve it, and most people have run away. So I'm curious as to who does. So if you're solving the problem, let us know. I think, hey, Jimmy, let's have a conversation about, I think there's a community conversation on Thursday, right? Let's find people who have solved this problem. I'm really curious as to what they're solving, how they're trying to solve it, or how their own systems are. Let's just hear from them. All right. Yeah, but I think we're out of time now. 6 minutes to go, and in this 6 minutes we usually try to use it to just just thank everyone that has come around. It's been an hour. For me, it's 45 minutes, or more like 40 minutes. But I've absolutely enjoyed this as always. Thank you so much, everyone, who's been here. Really good to connect with you again, Samuel. let's talk and it's here Discord. Good to see you again, Kirin, John Raphael, Coding Django, Bolaji, like everyone. And I don't know what part of the world you are, but hope there is ETF meetup this Saturday around you. If there is, I want to see pictures. If there's none around you, I want to make it happen. Please let Jumoke know so that we can start the arrangements. On my end, I would say thank you so much and pass the mic back to Jumoke. Jimmy, where are you?
Everyone, I think I have some mute. Yes, hi guys. It's actually been very interesting. Thank you, Sen, for joining us. Thanks to everyone who attended this validation session too. It's been amazing. So I'm just going to take you off the stage now, Sen. Thank you. All right, thank you everyone. Thanks everyone who joined in. I just want to say thank you for coming in. We have like our ideas and validation session every week. So if you're not able to join in live, or if you've not been able to come, pitch your ideas, you can always do that. We have like several. You will get a newsletter from us informing you about the next time we're having this, so that you can join in, come and bounce off your ideas. And would actually love to hear what you're working on. Would love to hear, because we'd love to give you feedback also. So thank you. Also want to say you guys should please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on social media. We have an Instagram account, we have a LinkedIn page, we have a Twitter page. So do also follow us so that you can get, be updated on what's happening in the community. And if you're yet to introduce yourself on the community, don't forget to do that. Please introduce yourself. Go to the introduction channel and just say hi. Hi, my name is so. This is what I do. Would love to meet you. Would all love to meet you. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining in. It's been amazing. So I think with that we can sign out. So this is my signing out, peace out. Like, this is my signature sign out. So I do peace out. So bye everyone. Thanks for joining in. And if you want to continue this conversation, we can continue on the idea validation channel. There's a channel in our Discord community where we can continue to have this conversation. So we can all go over there now and just, say a thing or two, totally allowed. So thanks for joining in. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, bye, Steven. Thank you.